In my last vlog when we were in Istanbul, we decided to go to the airport and hop on a plane to another country. We had 3 countries in mind. We were just going to wait and see which flight loads worked out the best for us. And so we tried a flight to Zurich. And now we are here. We are in Zurich and we are going to be here for just one day. We booked a hotel last minute when we were on the plane in Istanbul using the ID90 app, which is a company that provides discounted hotels, cruises, all-inclusive rates. Go ahead and check the link down below and sign up for ID90 so you can get discounts on your hotels. But let me show you this cute little hotel we booked using the ID90 app. Here is our cute little hotel room in Zurich. It was about 10 to 15 minutes away from the city center, depending on where exactly we were going. It even had a balcony attached to the room, which I was super excited about because who doesn't love a good balcony? I also love that there was a grocery store down the street, and I was super excited about the shower being a full glass wall, not one of those half ones, which I have found to be super common in Europe. I've actually been to Switzerland before. This is my second time. My boyfriend has never been, right? You've never been? Okay, I was pretty sure you'd never been, but you have never been to Switzerland, so we're just going to be here for a day. Don't really have anything planned yet. We're going to leave on the 6th. It's the 4th right now, and it's the evening, so I'm going to see Switzerland. This was the most impromptu part of our trip. We really were not planning on coming here. We were planning on just going back to Chicago, but we thankfully packed our Patagonia jackets. It's really cold here, and it's also raining today, but I always pack an umbrella with me, and I also always travel with this scarf because it's great to have on planes as a pillow or an eye mask. But man, it's cold here. Unfortunately, it poured rain all day long, so we didn't really get out to see that much because it was so wet and gloomy. But as I mentioned before, I have been to Zurich previously. If you want some information on what there is to do in Zurich, as well as a day trip to Lucerne, check out the link down in the description for my 2-day Switzerland itinerary on the daily departure. But now it's time to go to the airport and head home. We are waiting in the airport to catch our flights back to the States, but we are going on a different airline. We'll meet back in Chicago tonight, and right now there are a bunch of seats open, but I have to wait till before the flight boards before I can get a boarding pass. I know I'm gonna make it on. I just don't know what seat I'm gonna get yet, but it's just the perk of flying standby. Once I finally got my seat assignment, I walked down the jet bridge, and because I got a seat in business class, I was group 1, so I got to go on first, which is a huge perk. From Zurich to Philly, we were flying on a Boeing 787. The business class here is a 1-to-1 configuration. The seats in business class are a pod seating, which means you have tons of extra space and legroom. At each seat there is a touchscreen that you can use to control how your seat is set. There is also an entertainment screen that pops out from the wall. Each person in business class is given an amenity kit. The one I got is a small black pouch, which includes items such as a toothbrush, toothpaste, pen, eye mask, Kleenexes, mouthwash, chapstick, and some socks. I always make sure to wipe down my pod because there are so many surfaces here and you want to make sure it is nice and clean. Then I go ahead and take a look at the menu. On the menu there is a salad, a small plate, main plate options, a dessert, and for arrival there is a light meal option and a dessert. Also on the back of the menu there is a wonderful wine selection to choose from. Long-haul international flights typically give out a free pair of noise-canceling headphones to use during the flight, but I brought my own Beats and AirFly Bluetooth wireless adapter, which I have talked about in previous videos. Once we are in the air and I have my entertainment playing, I like to get all settled in, which means I make my seat as comfortable as possible. I love to kick out the foot section of the chair because it makes it so much more comfy and loungy. The lie-flat seats are my favorite part about business class. They also provide a comforter and pillow for the duration of the flight. Once service begins, they hand out hot towels. I always use mine to wipe down my tray and service areas, just to give it another once over and clean it all up. Also, they hand out a water bottle so you have fresh water to sip on and stay hydrated during the flight. I'm just setting up my seat because I know they are coming out to do service soon and I want to be all ready. For the first round of service, I got my red wine and the signature warm mixed nuts, which are my absolute favorite. I love the cashews in this. My tip to travelers all across the board, no matter what cabin you are in, is make sure to have your tray table out so that you are ready to receive the service that the flight attendants are bringing to you. In a business class, they start by laying out a nice gray placemat, and then here we go with the small plate and salad. The small plate option is a favorite of mine. It's the roasted tomato tart. The salad they were serving tonight was a mixed leaf salad with baby artichokes, red and yellow cherry tomatoes, and a balsamic vinaigrette. For my main plate option, I went with the pasta one, which included port wine sauce, oyster mushrooms, and sauteed spinach. And then once I finished my dinner, I indulged in a made-to-order sundae, and I ordered it with butterscotch and whipped cream. You can choose from butterscotch, hot fudge, mixed berries, walnuts, and whipped cream. I always go for the butterscotch, and it's super hard to resist. I usually settle in, watch some more movies, or take a nap at this point, depending on which way I am traveling. If I'm going to my destination, I like to take a nap, but if I am going home, I like to stay up and watch movies because there are such good movies on the plane. But if I do decide to take a nap, the lie flat seats come in real handy. There is also an in-seat remote that you can pull out from the wall in order to control your movie screen without having to lean forward in your seat. Also, if you get a little bit hungry during the flight, there is a snack bar set up with a selection of snacks and drinks. Upon arrival into our final destination, they served another meal, and this was the pesto orzo salad accompanied by some fresh fruit. It's always nice to have a little pick-me-up before you land to your final destination. If you guys enjoyed this video, don't forget to subscribe to the Daily Departure. Also make sure to hit the bell icon to get notifications when I'm posting new videos, because I'm always traveling and trying to create more content for you guys to show you the life of a flight attendant as well as the non-rev life. I just about flew through customs. Like, I was one of the first people off the plane, and then I have global entry, so I was super quick going through customs. And now I'm headed to the terminal to go back through security, and we got in a little bit early, so I'm gonna try to hop on the 4 p.m. flight instead of the 6 p.m. flight because I'd rather sit here for like an hour than 3 more hours, and there's seats on that, so I'm just gonna see if I can change my standby ticket to go a little bit earlier back home to Chicago. Also, I gotta figure out if I'm gonna fly tomorrow because I don't have a trip on my schedule yet, but I'm gonna pick one up.